My name is Courtney Wayment. I'm not going to teach you anything about medicine. I don't have any of that kind of knowledge. However, I have been on the receiving end of medicine, and like that video had talked about was the collaboration and communication. And right, these are all my accolades, and I'm very, very proud and grateful that I've been able to accomplish a lot. And I've been able to be, top of the NCAA and top of the country and, now part of the top in the world. And so, but the journey there wasn't just getting these accolades. And because of that, I've had a lot of people on my team to help me get here. I might have the accolades to my name, but my name certainly represents more than just myself. So a little bit about my background is I played soccer growing up. I loved soccer. My dream was to play at BYU, and that dream came crashing down quicker than I would have loved. They decided to commit my teammate instead of myself for the last spot of my recruiting class. So I decided, I've been kind of good at running, so we'll check it out. We'll see what this is about. And it ended up really good, and I ended up going to BYU. And I loved all my time there, but it didn't start out super easy. I started in 2016, and I was injured in the outdoor season of 2017, 2018, and 2019, all 3 different injuries. And at the time, it felt very hopeless, and I worked a lot with Dr. Lee. I had stress fractures, 2 in my tibia, and then I had a stress reaction in my lesser trochanter of my femur. And it felt like I was never going to get the opportunity to run. And I feel like I could not stay healthy. And so what ended up happening is I had to come up with different routines, both on the track and off the track, to help me stay healthy so that I could have the dreams and be able to have the opportunity to accomplish my dreams. So a day in the life of being a professional runner, this is on the track. So this is what everyone thinks is just my job, which there's more to it than that. But on the track, your days of the week are separated into your workout days, your recovery days, your long runs, and your rest days. For myself personally, I run 6 out of the 7 days of the week. And on workout days, most of the time, it is about an 8-hour day for me. So you have to wake up, you have to get your nutrition in, you have to start fueling that way, you have to do your pre-workout activations, and that's things that I get from Dr. Lee, or I get that from my physical therapist, and we do it in collaboration of both, where they get to see my body. And so we start out with that so that I can actually even start running. And then once you get to the track, you have a warm-up, and then you have a track workout. Then you do a cool down, then you finish that, and you have to do mobility work. So we do a lot of hurdle work to help keep the hips loose and help your hamstrings, that was talked a lot about. And then you go and do weights. And then you go home, and then you have to cross-train, or you have to double after that. So I've done a 10-mile day at this point, but now I have to go swim in a pool for an hour and do a pool workout afterwards. So that's what a workout day looks like. Recovery days is you, again, do more activation so that you can even start running. You do the run, and then you go into cross-training again. So that could be a 30-minute bike session, an hour on the arc trainer, again, an hour in the pool, whatever that looks like. A lot of other athletes do doubles, so they'll run their 8 miles in the morning and their 4 miles at night. And then you have a long run on Saturdays, which is about 20% of your weekly amount of mileage. And then a rest day. Again, for me, I take Sundays off, so I get to just do nothing that whole day. So that's what it looks like on the track. But off the track, there's so much more to it. So in between all of those things, I get weekly or bi-weekly chiropractic work from Dr. Lee. He's been working on me since 2016, 17, 18, somewhere in there. So we've been together a long time. So I go to him after every session or before a hard session to make sure, because I specialize in the steeplechase, which for those of you who don't know, it's a lot of hurdling. It's long distance hurdling. So I have to work a lot on my back. One time, Dr. Lee told me that I was I'm now 25, but a 25-year-old with a back of an 80-year-old. So it's lovely for that. So you get that done. We do weekly sports massages, weekly PT treatment, a lot of nutrition, a lot of fueling. Everything that enters your body has to have a purpose of recovery or helping with those muscles. Sleep hygiene, getting 10 plus hours a night of sleep, plus adding in at least 2 to 3 naps a week. And then you have your stretching, your rolling out, and your yoga. And all of these things have been so important. Like I said, in my career, I spent those years injured. I spent 2017, 2018, 2019 injured, and then 2020 was COVID. So my journey of running didn't even begin until 2021, and that was when I won my first 2 NCAA titles, and then I got 4th at Olympic trials and was the first one off that Olympic team in 2021. That's when it all kick-started, was then. And, I'll go to Dr. Lee, and he'll say, hey, this is really tight in your body. I need you to go see Jake Carluccio, your massage therapist, and he needs to work on this. And then those 2 can text back and forth, or I can do the same with my PT. And like I said, it takes a village. And these are only still a couple of names that work on me and see me regularly. This morning I got an email from Ricky, who's my nutritionist, who works in collaboration with my physician seeing over me, and we do things like DEXA scans and blood work and seeing what blood level looks off, and so what can I do in my nutrition to fix that and aid that. But like I said, it takes an absolute village, and this is just a sample of people that are on there. It's still family and friends and teammates and community of supporters and things like that, but because there's been so much collaboration in the medical world, for me, I've been able to accomplish so much, and I have the opportunity to chase an Olympic dream this year. And I got to do it 4 years ago, and I get to do it this year, and I'll do it again in another 4. So I'm super grateful, and I'm very, very lucky to have the people in my life that I do, because I've had incredible opportunities. So thank you so much.